Hello, fellow White Wanderers, and welcome back. Today I am joined by my friend Sonal, whom I know from
Hello.
college. Sonal, and we will be doing Blackout poetry. Do you know the origins of Blackout poetry?
I do not.
Okay, so I did some research on where
Of
it
course
started
you
from.
did.
Uh, and where it became popular was like about 9 years ago, where there was this writer called John Carroll, and he was writing an article. He was like at the end of his rope, felt very purposeless and everything. And he came across this book called Newspaper Blackout by Austin Kleon, who is also a writer. John Carroll really liked that. He thought that it was something that turned something broken into something beautiful, and he started writing.
Oh,
He started making blackout poetry, and he launched this Instagram account called Make Blackout Poetry, and that's what popularized it. But blackout poetry has been around for much longer than that. So Austin Kleon is the one who popularized it with newspaper. What did he call it? What did they just call it? Newspaper
newspaper
blackout.
blackouts.
Yeah. Uh, but in that he traces how blackout poetry has been there since before that. Like Austin Kleon says that Benjamin Franklin's neighbor in the 1700s published this broadsheet of puns, which he constructed by looking at like newspapers horizontally instead of vertically, looking at the columns horizontally. So it was kind of like a Mad Libs thing. And another time when this really gained popularity was during the Dadaism movement. So started by Tristan Zara. What he used to do was he did something similar called cut-up writing, uh,
I
and
think
he called
that's
it like
cut-up writing is like fridge pin-ups, right? Fridge magnets. We
yeah,
work on the
like
same
fridge
principle.
magnet. Yeah. So it was he was a performance artist, and he used to do this thing like in Paris in 1910s, 20s. He would go on the stage wearing a hat and holding a newspaper. He would cut out words from the newspaper. He would put all of those words in there in the hat and then randomly draw together words, and he would read them out as a poem. And that developed like a lot of people after that started uh, following the same cut-up poetry thing, especially like in the Beat generation by William S. Burroughs. He used to do cut-up poetry, and this is often called redacted poetry as well, or redacted,
Yes,
yeah, redacted.
because in like official
The
documents sometimes
redacted.
when you the redacted, blacked out.
I love those. Redacted. Excellent. Uh, let's right. Okay. I was going to suggest something that would get me arrested.
Of course it is.
Backtracking.
We have actually made blackout poetry that would might get us arrested.
That might get me arrested.
Yeah,
Let's
already did that.
yeah, because you take extremely nationalistic papers
Article,
and
and then we
and
and
turn
then
it
we
into
redact
anti-national
anti-national
poetry.
stuff.
And I think that is a tribute to Dadaism, honestly.
It is.
So it was
My
like that.
favorite blackout poetry by Ritvika was, as we all know, it was something, as we all know, humanity was a mistake. Something along those lines. As
Humanity
historians,
as historians agree.
as most
Yeah,
historians
humanity as
agree,
historians
humanity was a mistake. Best
mistake.
blackout
Yeah,
poetry. Love
that
it to this
was
day.
it. Okay, so I will give an example. I have taken a very small article of hers. It's not even an article, I don't know what you call it. It says bus stop. The headline says, My exes think I am crazy, colon Selena. And the
Williams?
article, oh, Williamson? No, Gomez.
Selena Williams. Oh wait, that is Serena. Oh fuck, I just
Yeah.
I am ashamed of myself.
The article says Selena Gomez says her former claims think she is crazy. She says It's funny that I release things that say I want a boyfriend and I didn't really mean it. Guys are a lot of work. Every one of my exes thinks I'm crazy, but I don't care. I am going to black out some stuff, so say something else.
Yeah, that is how you make blackout poetry, Africa.
No,
I'm going to black out some stuff and make another stuff.
make another stuff. There.
What did you make? Just
Now
read it out for us.
it says I release every one of my crazies.
I wish we could do that.
Yes, you are free now. You no longer need to deal with my crazy. Blackout poetry is a very good way to use a newspaper. Other good ways to use a
Newspaper.
use
Other
a
good
newspaper.
ways to use a newspaper. Ritika, your
Other good ways.
comprehension skills are just amazing.
Yeah, other good ways are to like put it on your slab when you're baking, so you don't get everything dirty, or to recycle, or to make collages. Basically anything but reading the newspaper because journalism is dead. What is that theme?
I don't know. I made one. The article says
Tell us.
Whistle Podu IPL is back, and I think it talks about how the IPL is gonna
But
go.
to level the field, I would
I
like to
have
go to
I
the
have
sports page.
purpled out my article instead of blackout. We are going away from the theme, and it just says
Okay.
this side has been a thrill, which is very
Oh,
simple, but it's a story of my life.
that is cute.
Okay, now let's pick a topic. Is artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Fine. Let's
Fine.
go ahead.
It's like I am pumped up. I will make poetry on artificial intelligence.
Now we have to look for the word artificial.
You can make a poetry about artificial intelligence without using the word artificial. That's creativity, bitch. How many sentences are we doing?
How what?
How many sentences are we doing?
I don't think we can manage more than like two or three.
I have just one because I just crop out all my words. See,
Okay.
there are barely any words.
The afterwards. Uh, don't know. I'm
Let's read
so
it
sorry.
out. Let's read it
I
out.
think I haven't done it yet.
See, this is how you do it. You just blank out everything because free
I don't
speech
think
is
I've written
curbed.
it. You're supposed to utilize the words. You're wasting them.
Okay, I have lost. Tonight embodies the digital view on identity and country. I have no idea what that sounds like.
Okay. So that's what today represents. I had been wondering. This is what mine says. Uh, this is new to us. Reason will be a challenge. Under good circumstances, all the skills of imparting knowledge to a virtual media interaction platform comes with its own set of challenges.
That sounds like a report that Delhi University has sent on how to cope up with online classes. It will be a challenge. I made another one.
Be very hard.
I made another one. Creating virtual look to see how we are home while not exactly closer. Oh,
Why are you so dystopian?
we
Dystopian.
are because we are,
Oh,
dude, we are home, but we are not closer to our families. Not all of us are.
yeah, few of us are.
Yeah, so
Most
we
of us
are.
are
See, I will
closer to.
I will dissect my piece. Okay, so we are all closer. No, we are all each other's home, but we are not closer. So we are creating a digital look to see, you know.
But that's not what AI is.
What is
Okay,
your topic?
next topic is memorial,
Interesting.
like a eulogy or something.
Ooh. I don't think the poetry I've made is necessarily memoriam. Looking back on
That
it,
actually makes sense.
does it have to? That's that's the thing with poetry. You can just slap on some bullshit and call it poetry.
That's a fact. That's an insult to
We both have a poet in mind, but we're not gonna say it.
poet.
We're not gonna name anybody, but you probably know who you are. Okay, the article was titled "The Six-Legged Globetrotter, Unlike an Insect Dragonfly." The topic was memorial, I think, which relates to nothing what I've done. We called the Toothed One family the most important problem-making golden human. Even till the end, it connected us like incredible inspiration.
Okay. Sounds like an obituary for
A
someone
dog.
deceased.
A dog.
Okay.
It says golden human, right? The toothed one. Gold problem making golden human. ये
Yeah,
dog की
that's
obituary
golden
है.
human.
Golden human.
Yeah, I think like of a golden heart.
Oh, who is of a golden heart these days? What's yours?
You are.
Oh, no, I'm not giving you my cookies. What's
Okay.
yours?
Mine was an editorial thing called Discordant Notes.
Mm.
And it says, arbitrariness has come. Death shows no sign of hysteric emotion. People are now entangled with fears, siphoning off death but recognizing the heavy agencies of predictions.
Siphoning of death is such a powerful line.
I know, right? Love it.
Like, imagine having that power. I did another one. It's the dead go live as part of their different memories and reminisce.
So, Ghost.
So first, a memorial.
How
So it
romantic.
troll.
That's the topic? troll it is.
Mine says Mr. As made a remark today on social media. The supreme custodian of contempt refused to apologize for what he said. A tsunami of disrespectful behavior in the country is a relatively minor offense as compared with other misdeeds of Mr. As.
This was beautiful. Mine is pretty shitty and has no reference to trolling.
You selected the topic.
Yeah, my fault. We all make mistakes. Once again, social caution, limited ideas. Throwing out issues but arguing without clarity.
Mhm.
Measures will be taken to cut people off, and antics are cause for concern. Yeah, it's a very nuanced sense and बस कुछ लोगों को आएगा and those are like the elite वाले
Nuanced sense.
nuanced sense. It's like जिन्होंने कभी ट्रोलिंग झेली नहीं है उन्हें समझ में नहीं आएगा. One last.
Yes. So I select
I
something now.
Yeah.
Okay. Make it about choice.
It says life in a bubble. A
Okay.
new challenge. November is
Hmm.
different.
Hmm.
The essential experience can be a good thing. Normal life can be a promising opportunity.
Okay. So you have to make the choice of
A normal
leading a
life.
normal life.
Yes.
Got it. Mine is called Settling
Yeah.
Issues. The article was about Russia and India and China, but that's
Hmm.
not what we will be talking about. It says a standoff between mutual trust and dialogue between counterparts. The two will talk for a mutually acceptable solution.
Why do all your poetry sounds like it's from a government official report that's been submitted after like a month of deliberation?
Because it's a newspaper. And it doesn't. That is how you talk in a relationship. Is that not how you talk in a relationship?
No. That's how
That's
you
how
talk in
I
a
talk.
business transaction. That's
That's
how
how
you
you
talk in a
talk
business
in a
transaction.
relationship. That's how I have talked to people I have been in relationships with. That we will meet to talk for a mutually
Mhm.
acceptable solution. You have never used the term mutually acceptable with your partner.
No.
So you
As
can
like we
have a
both like it,
fulfilling
let's do it.
relationship. You won't like it. That is all we have for now. And maybe
Yes.
we can do some other video in the future. Doing something more
Yes.
fun, something we're better
Hopefully.
at.
Something we're better at. True.
Yes.
Those are
Thank you
very
for
true words.
yes.
Thank you for
Thank you
watching.
for joining. Oh, I was saying thank you to you for joining today.
Yeah.
And
Please
yes,
like,
thank you to the
yeah,
viewers for watching.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Oh, thank you.
Bye.
Yes.
Can you still not see me?
It's loading, but
What the hell? I think it's your internet because I can see you very clearly.
If you can see me clearly, then how would it matter? How
Because
would
you
my
can't
internet
see
not
because
send?
you can't see me clearly, right? Because yours is
Yeah,
still
but if
loading. Yours is
yeah,
still
but
loading.
if
For
it's
me, you've
bad,
already loaded. For me, you've already loaded.
if my internet was bad, it wouldn't have sent my data towards you in the first place.
Maybe it's just video. So like sending a request and having a video on is two different things.
What?
I don't know. I can see you very clearly. It's your
Yeah, then it's
internet.
obviously not.
It's
It's not
your
my
in-
internet. You can see me clearly.
Yeah, see, you can't see me. Yours because
Yeah,
yours
because your internet is not sending your data my way.
it is. It
Maybe
is.
that's the source.
The source is you.
The source is you.
No,
My source is sending my data, which is my face, to you. Your source is not sending your data, which is your face, to me.
it does not work like that.
It does work like that. It's like in WhatsApp, if you send a message and your internet is not working, it doesn't send.
Okay, imagine I'm in like online class. I can see the professor
Yeah.
clearly,
Yes.
but the professor cannot see me. Like I can hear them and all that properly.
Yeah, then that's
And
your
the
problem.
voice, okay, the voice wavers for the professor. My voice wavers for the professor, but it does not waver for anybody else. Then it's the professor's internet, not mine.
No, it's your internet. Because
No, no,
it's
no.
not wavering for
It's not wavering for anybody else. It's just for the professor who can't hear me properly.
there
So
is
it's
anybody else here. And everyone else can see the professor. You are the only one who cannot.
no, I can. The professor can't see me. Everyone else can.
Can everyone else see you?
Yes.
This is a hypothetical situation. Let me
Let
try
me
again.
try again.